Hey everybody, Carl here. Welcome back to Trails in the Sky, second chapter. We are here on the main menu for a very special reason. We concluded the prologue in the last one, and so we're gonna dive straight into chapter 1 of second chapter, which is not confusing at all. Let's freaking go. In the Sealed Land with Kevin and Schwartz. Hey, Dios. Oh, that was one heck of a trip. If it's much further, I think my legs are gonna pop off. Well, you can relax now. This is the lowest floor of the sealed area. Wait, really? Thank the goddess. If you told me we're only halfway down, I think I'd be floating off to meet her right about now. Really, Father Kevin, you're being a little too humble. I can tell you're extremely well trained for a priest. If you were not, I doubt you could do the job you do. Kazing. Read like a book. A children's book at that. Well, it's no big if you figured it out. We're close to the Fawn Houseless family anyway. Oh, speaking of my job, that thing the mayor of Ruan had. The Kronos rod. In accordance with our pact, it's being kept safely secured using the prescribed methods. We can hand it off to you whenever you wish. Perfect. Thanks. So anyway, the thing we discussed earlier. Mind showing it to me? It's down here, right? Yes. Follow me. It's gonna go inspecting the Aureole and its defense mechanisms. Well now, would you look at this? I imagine even the church will have difficulty deciding what to do with this, yes? This sort of artifact isn't so much big as it is gargantuan. You mind if I take a closer look? As you like. The Queen has given her permission. Please, if you understand any of this, share your thoughts. So this is the Ring Guardian that was in the report, huh? It's kind of similar to the archaism excavated in Calvert, but... wish I could have seen it moving. And this... This thing's an artifact from the last years of the ancient Sumerian civilization, which makes it at least 1,200 years old. It's clearly the core of the structure, but there's no clear indication as to what it actually does. Analysis of artifacts seems to be impossible with modern tools. They work on the same principle and energy as an orbment, but their internal structure is entirely different from an orbment's. That's what Professor Russell told us, at least. The church refers to these as gifts from the goddess, given too early. And over here is... So just after the Black Orbment you called the Gospel was used, all the giant pillars that were in here were set into the floor? Yes, all 4 pillars set into the floor. Like this one. Even 2 months later, we're not even sure what it means, if anything. Okay, so, a seal on the Aureole, a gospel was used. And then a device in here spoke of device towers and a second barrier. I think I'm starting to see what kind of system is at work here. System? What system? There's nothing else here. Well, call it gut instinct at this point, but I think this was some sort of gate. Gate? Bingo. Call it a gate on the trail that leads to the goddess's treasure. And the thing that opens it is a black key called a gospel. It If you think about it like that, the REO being AWOL makes a lot more sense. But where's this trail of yours then? This is the lowest floor. According to the professor, the ruins extend no further. Think a little less literally. It's not a trail you see with your eyes or normally walk. It could be the septium veins that run through the earth. Or maybe it's some route we can't even imagine. That's where we'll find a clue that will lead to the REO. Well, I'm glad we got Kevin on the case. I'm feeling so much better as we go into Chapter 1, Sneaking Shadows. What a perfect title for what's about to go down. Ouroborous attacking from the dark. But one thing at a time. We're going back to Grancel, everybody. Yes. The main bulk of the chapter will not take place here, but we're going to do a little stop. And that's going to be a common theme in second chapter. We're going to be traveling around the land a lot more. And we're not restricted to walking this time around, which is also pretty nice. So we're going to get to explore and re-explore some of our favorite places and see them expanded on. Phew. Being on an airship for over half the day is kind of tiring, huh? I know how to stretch our legs, though. Let's go report the completion of our training and duty readiness. Estelle? Hello? Oh, yeah. You're right. We should go say hi to Elnan. Hey, are you... Estelle, you got a case of the nerves, don't ya? Yeah, I do. I don't know why either. I didn't feel this way at all before I went to training. But now, somehow, thinking that I'm really going to be a full bracer now is making me really antsy. I get it. You're trembling with excitement, I bet. Excitement? Huh? You've grown way stronger over this past month, Estelle. And not just in, like, the whacking stuff with the stick department. You're more knowledgeable, careful, and you make better judgments. And now you're about to start hunting down the mystery creepos who want to doom us all or whatever. You're gonna bring Joshua back. I bet all that's only just now sinking in for you. Yeah, when you put it that way, that is how I'm feeling. I'm such a dimwit. I'm like a mountain climber who didn't even bother looking up at how big the mountain before her is. Having second thoughts about climbing it? No way. If anything, I'm even more fired up now than I used to be. No matter how big a mountain is, you can only climb it one step at a time anyway. Even if I have to crawl, I'll reach the top no matter what. That's more like it. Okay, we're gonna head over to the guilds. Let's go. Yeah. I see. The both of you have done well. Well then, here's your rewards, based on your performance during training. Huh? We get paid for training? Not that I'll complain, but are you sure? Naturally. It is part of our job, after all. It won't be a problem as long as you put your new skills to good use for the guild. Right, I'll do my best. General training. Badoosh. 16 BP. Very nice. Rank advancement. Senior Bracer G+ rank. Silver chain. It does seem like you two had quite a fulfilling training period. You even carry yourselves differently. It was. I learned a lot. If I ever get the chance, I'd love to go again. I'm glad to hear it. Speaking of which, Kurt and the others remained at the training grounds, correct? Yeah, Karna and Grant are doing some expert level stuff, I think. They said they won't be back for a while. I think I get what Elnan is poking at, though. The guild's down 3 full skilled bracers now. We're gonna be really busy from now on. And on top of that, Cassius is still devoting all his time to the military, right? Oh yeah. If I remember right, he's currently working at a licensed fortress. Cassius, Brigadier General Bright has been welcomed back into the army and is now the head of military command. He's essentially the head of Her Majesty's Royal Army at this point. What? He's the head of the army now? I thought General Morgan had that position. As I understand it, that was the original idea, but Morgan himself proposed giving Cassius full reign. He seems to be entrusting the future of the army to your father, Estelle. The future? Entrusted to Dad's? Oh, we're doomed then. Well, I can see Cassius being given that much responsibility, you know? It's gonna mean we're down our S-rank hero too, though. I think it's safe to say we'll have plenty of support from the military from now on. However, at the same time, we have new threats to concern ourselves with. Huh? Right. You mean the Society. Did they start to do stuff while we were away? No, they've done nothing obvious, but that is, admittedly, how they work. What has happened are several strange occurrences over the past month. One example would be the changes in the wild beasts and monsters in various regions. The monsters have changed? Do you mind defining change, Elnan? I hope it isn't what I think it is. To start with, heretofore, undocumented types of monsters are showing up all across the country. Even the existing monsters have become far more vicious and powerful. Travel has become significantly more dangerous. No one has been able to put forward an explanation as to why this is happening. So every beastie out there is nastier? Just cuz? Oh man. It's definitely the Society's doing. They're trying to turn us all into monster kibble. Or the developers wanting to balance the game now that we're stronger. But yeah, it's probably the Society. Calm yourself, Annalise. We still don't have enough evidence to be certain of anything. We do know one thing, though. Things definitely began happening after the Queen's birthday celebrations. That we know for certain. The first reports came in practically the day after. Oh, crap. Don't look so glum. We've actually been formulating a response of sorts. And I'd very much like for the two of you to be a part of it. Response? I think this is Shara. You two are here already. I wanted to meet you at the port. Yeah. Shara! And Aggie, too. This is, a surprise? Welcome back, you two. It's good to see you. Huh. You two got back sooner than I thought. I'm really happy to see you too, Shara. And Agate, hi. It's been a while, huh? Yeah. I think last time we saw each other was during the Queen's birthday shindig. The old man told me about Joshua, you know. I'd heard you were pretty broken up over it. You seem back on your feet already, yeah? Yeah, mostly. More to the point, though. Why are you two together? Good question. I should get a camera. This is like seeing a king penguin. Oh, really? It isn't that rare, you two. Gotta admit, we don't work together that often, Sherazard. Actually, Sherazard and Agate are here to begin a special mission. I asked them to come here today for a specific reason. A mission? Indeed. They will be tasked with investigating the Society of Ouroborous. What? Wait, like chasing down their agents and stuff? Isn't that dangerous? I wish it was that exciting. Investigating might be a little too specific, though. We're barely even certain the Society exists at this point, you realize, despite what Cassius says. We're gonna be wandering all across Liberl, keeping an eye out for anything resembling a secret society bent on world domination. It's probably not gonna be the most exciting job ever, is the point. Oh, I get it. I guess groping around in the dark is the best we can do right now, huh? So, I'm guessing you want us to tag along? Yes, I'd like to assign the two of you to assist Sherazard and Agate. The plan is to have Shera and Agate investigate different areas separately. I would like for them to have a partner though, just in case the society really is as dangerous as we think it is. Okay, so one of us helps Shera, and the other helps Agate? Exactly. Are you willing to assist? You bet we are! I was gonna go looking for the society on my own anyway, so this is perfect. I wanna help too. There's no way I can just sit around when there's suspicious stuff going on. Thank you. I'm glad we have the help. Well then, the one remaining hurdle would be team formation. I'd be fine with either of you really. We all know each other, basically. You two figure out how it'll work out best. Of course you have to push the decision onto us. What do you think, Annalise? How should we do this? Well, this might be kind of irresponsible of me. But I think it might be best if you decide, Estelle. What? You've only been a full bracer for a little while, right? You probably haven't found your style as a bracer yet. So how about using this as a chance to see what kind of bracer you want to be? Annalise. Well, look at you, Annalise. When did you learn to talk like a professional? Leave it to me. Either way, girl's got a point. Shera and I are the same rank, but the ways we fight are way different. I barely use arts except for support once in a while. I focus more on cutting things down with my sword. Then I emphasize speed, the range of my whip, and orbital arts. You can't really go wrong with either of us, I think. Keep in mind that being a bracer involves much more than just fighting, though. Think hard and choose the partner you think matches you best. Well, then This is actually a fairly big choice, and it's going to impact several chapters, I do believe. So whether or not we go with Shera or Agate is going to define who we have with us in combat, who's there for story moments, and combat-wise, I think I prefer Shera since she has some really fun, Ashley said, speed and orbital art stuff. But I'm gonna go with Agate because I really like him as a character, and I want his sort of snark with me. And he's a guy, and having a gender-balanced team is generally good. So that's what we're doing. Alright then. Just keep in mind you're a full bracer now. I ain't gonna go easy on you. Hope you're ready. Yeah, I know. I kinda thought you might say something macho like that. What? Come on now. Starting off with an argument is probably not the best way to begin this trip. Anyway, that will make Annalise and me the other team. I'm looking forward to seeing how your training turned out. Heck yeah! It feels like forever since we worked together, Shera. So with that out of the way, the next step is figuring out how we're gonna wander the country looking for shadows. Any thoughts, Elnan? Possibly. I would suggest beginning by going to help the regions with the busiest branches. In fact, I just received pleas for aid from the Ruan and Roland branches today. Rather desperate sounding ones at that. Oh, that sounds just lovely. I suppose I have been away from Roland for too long. I'd best go help Aina. Yeah, I think that's for the best. It's been a while since I've seen Aina too. This'll be fun. We'll head to Ruan then. You're cool with that, right, Estelle? Of course. Man, I wonder how everyone in Ruan is doing. I'll contact the branches ahead of your arrival. Be careful, everyone. And just like that, the course is set. So, regardless of the choice we made here, we would still be going to Ruan. It's just worth pointing out. Okay, we'll get a bit of an early start then. Estelle, you just gotten back too. I'm sorry we couldn't spend more time together. Me too. It sounds like Aina and Roland really need some help too, though. Be sure to say hi to everyone for me. You got it. Estelle, I'm sure you're fine, but don't fret yourself to loose ends, alright? Shara? My tarot tells me that the bond between you and Joshua has not been severed yet. So, don't worry. Believe in your connection to him. Follow it, and your trail will be clear. I know it. Yeah. Thanks, Shara. I feel a lot braver now. Oh, come on now. Don't make that face. You're a full bracer, remember? Be proud of yourself. Right. I am. So, Estelle, guess this is goodbye for now then. Annalise, thanks for going with me on my training. Shara asked you to come along with me, right? I've been found out like a pie thief in the night. Shara said having someone who didn't know Joshua too well around would help you sort out your feelings. So yeah, she asked me. I thought so. What the? Don't tell her everything! Hey, what's wrong with being upfront at this point, right? But the real truth is, it wasn't just that. I did want to train myself too. And I really do think I learned a lot by training with you, Estelle. So I've got to say it too. Thank you. Annalise. Okay, deep breaths. I know you might think I'm weird for saying this, but... Huh? I like to think we're already friends, but... Well... I'd like it if you and me, Estelle, if we became something... more. Dot. What left turn did this take? What? What? Are you saying what I think you're saying? No, don't try to stop me, Shara. I'm serious. I'm absolutely sure about this. Serious? Oh my. Really? Right here, like, in public? You gotta be freaking kidding me. Well, I know I'm a couple years older than you, Estelle, but we've totally spent about the same amount of time in the guilds. And you know what? Age doesn't matter when it comes to something like this. So, what do you think? I mean, I'm really happy, and I think my heart is racing out of my chest, but this is kind of a surprise to say the least. Besides, there's Joshua, and there's kind of some issues on a couple of fronts, or more than a couple, or rather, I don't, Joshua? What does he have to do with this? And what problems would there be on a couple of fronts if we became rivals? Rivals? Yeah. We're about the same age, about equal in skill level. I thought it'd help us both try to reach even higher, but... You don't actually like the idea, do you? Okay, that's what you meant. Okay. As unpredictable as always, I see. Not quite the punchline I was expecting. Punchline? Well, if that's what you want... Alright then. I, Estelle Bright, hereby recognize you as my rival, Annalise Elfid. Consider the gauntlet thrown. In your face, even. Sweet. Alright, step 1, a race to see which of us can reach Agate and Shara's level first. Bring it, sword brain. I'll leave you eating my bracer point dust. Oh boy. I do believe we are in some amount of peril, my good Mr. Crossner. Huh, seriously? Nothing scarier than a couple of kids charging straight ahead.
This is the final boarding call for the Cecilia, bound for Roland. All passengers, please embark immediately.
Man, I missed her. My favorite character from the first chapter. That's us, I'm afraid. Dude, but Annalise, please don't run away with my quartz. Well then, you two, stay safe. We'll contact you through the guild should we find anything. Keep in touch with us as well. Will do. See you, Annalise. Shara, stay safe. Yeah, good luck, Estelle. And they're off. Me and Agate? Oh boy, this is a pot of boiling water. How is this gonna go over? Well, we're gonna have to make it work. Alright. Ruan, though. Man, it's been a while since we've been there. Okay, then. Should we finish our check-in and wait for the next Ruan-bound flight? Yeah, shipbound for Ruan ought to get her soon enough. Sure you don't want to do some shopping or something, though? Been a month. I wouldn't mind hitting the department store, but... Are you sure you wouldn't mind, Agate? I'm easy, really. Guys just charge into things without any planning, you see. Girls are the ones who actually bother preparing and whatnot. I say choose what you think is important. Okay. Well, to be honest, I can get what I need in Ruan. Let's just get our tickets. Works for me. Ticket should be sold in the lobby of the airship company building. Let's go. Agate, welcome to the party, pal. That's right, we can't explore Grancel now, thank the goddess. But we can go get tickets and check out whoever's at the landing port, because there are some things I want to pick up here. Firstly, though, Agate freaking Crossner, level 42. He has quite a bit more strength and def, but he is worse at arts, but he's a strong man. Now, did I get back the quartz? It looks like I did get back the quartz from Annalise. I believe when certain party members leave, they take stuff with them until they return at a much later point, so might be worth keeping in mind. I'll see if I care about that. Are you... I know you. You're Nemo. Did I just find Nemo? Yes! Mama, see you later. You take care while I'm away. Aw, she was having the conversation over with Sorbet at the ice cream stands. Grandpa, I want to ride that airship over there.
That's the Queen's airship, sweetie. I mean, I kind of want to ride it too.
If we ride the next airship, when will we arrive at Size, I wonder? Ticket purchases are handled in the building nearby, thank you. Finella, after everything we've been through, you're giving me attitude? This is my first time riding an airship alone. What? I'm not nervous? Nope, not me. Don't worry, only like 1 in 7 airships crash. You'll be fine.
This is the airship company's headquarters, right? It's a nice looking building.
We'll go inside. There's much nicer... Oh. Okay. Big wigs in here. Again, just as I have a general idea of the gameplay tasks ahead of me, the completion I need to do, but the story, I've not seen for 6 years. So I'm still fresh through much of the story, and that's so exciting. So let's go. Huh? What's... Really? This is why I cannot stand the pompous imperial nobility. And I thought there were limits to how unpleasant a single person could be.
Huh. You took the words right from my mouth. Tell me, why does the Republic even care about the engine provision deal? I did not think Liberl's internal politics were your plaything.
It's a matter of national, no, international security, of course. It's only been a decade since Arabonia attempted to annex this innocent little country. It is absolutely unacceptable for a half-barbaric nation like yours to lay their hands on such cutting-edge technology. The Republic is a long-standing friend of Liberl. We won't stand back and allow something that will threaten its interests.
Long-standing friends? Some friends you are. You didn't send them so much as a soldier in the war. You're just pretending to be allies when it suits you, while standing back and doing nothing when it doesn't.
What did you just...
My Lord Ambassador Krennig, may I suggest we leave this matter here? We do not wish to bother the other customers.
But, Mueller, we...
Ambassador Cochrane, may I ask that you back down as well? This is a debate that could be handled just as well through the embassies.
Very well. I can't say I like hearing that from a member of the Imperial military. Still, far better than hearing it from that pompous and gluttonous member of the nobility, I suppose.
What did you just...
Well, gentlemen, if you'll pardon me. Okay. Calvert Republic meets the Empire.
That insufferable she-wolf. This is why commoners with no history or tradition are...
My lords.
Oh, yes. I shall return to the embassy. I trust I can leave the other matter in your hands.
As you will, my lords.
Hiya!
Huh? Ah, Estelle, yes? It's been some time since your, help during the festival, I believe.
I'm glad you remember. That was one heck of an argument just now, though. Who were those two? Why were they going at each other like a cat and dog?
The man was the ambassador of the Erebonian Empire to Liberl, Lord Davel Krennig. The woman will be the ambassador from the Republic of Calvert, Elsa Cochrane. Both people with names I couldn't tell you how to say, but I'm just going with the pronunciation and sticking to my imperial guns. They head up their respective embassies here in the capital.
Oh, I see. But Agate and Vander have the same voice. Why do you guys have to interact?
Awful damn childish for a couple of ambassadors. Can those two really do their jobs?
Agate?
I wish I could disagree, honestly. To say that the Empire and the Republic have always been on bad terms would be an understatement at the best of times. And on top of that, those two are like oil and water on a personal level. Well, no, the fact that they break into an argument every time they meet shows how similar they are, in some ways.
I guess I can see that. Though, maybe it's because I walked into the middle of the conversation, but I couldn't understand, like, half of that. Something about engine provision and Liberl's internal politics? Sorry. Guess I shouldn't ask.
No, I don't mind. It's not really a secret anyway. The engine in question is actually the latest from your own central factory. Once the design is finalized, sample units are to be provided by your airship company to the Empire and Republic both. But we, bumped into Ambassador Cochrane when we came by to finalize the details of the deal.
Oh, I get it. Why the big argument about an engine, then?
An orbital ship's engine is what determines what a ship can really do. Since you can install them in military ships, you usually don't just hand them out like candy.
Now I get it. It'd be a real mess if that engine let the Imperial Army get all powered up. Well, I mean...
Not at all. It's true. Normally, sharing such advanced technology with other countries so freely would be unthinkable. But this is a part of your queen's plan. Rather than monopolizing a technological edge, she wishes to provide it to other countries to promote multinational peace. At least, that's her plan as I understand it.
I get it. She did mention something like that a while ago, now that I think about it. It's pretty incredible that the Queen is willing to try something like that. Like, it's not just an ideal, you know? It's something that could really change how people negotiate.
Yes, you have reason to be proud of your queen, I'd say. My apologies, but this conversation has gone on longer than I'd intended. You're here for air tickets, yes? I'll pardon myself here.
Oh, yeah. Say, Mueller, about Olivier. Has he gone back to Ereboni already?
What? You've not heard?
I haven't really had a chance to see him since the Queen's birthday celebrations, actually. I felt kind of bad about that.
Oh, don't worry. That half-wit is continuing to while away his days here in Liberl. He said he was going to visit Elmo Springs, if I remember right.
Okay, then. Yeah, that sounds like Olivier, alright.
Should he ever bother returning to the embassy like a responsible citizen, unlikely as that is, I'll let him know you were asking after him. I'll make sure he at least contacts you before he returns to the Empire.
Thanks, Mueller.
Hardly. I should thank you for keeping that lunatic company. Now, if you'll excuse me.
What a man, he's not so bad. For an Imperial.
That's one hell of a stiff military type for a friend of that golden-haired guy.
Who is he?
Mueller's the resident military officer for the Erebonian embassy, I think. I've only ever met him a few times myself.
Huh. Well built, and he made sure to not leave himself open at any point in our chats. A well-trained dog of the military, and hiding some sharp fangs to boot.
There you go again. He does seem like he's really strong, though.
I don't trust any Imperials. That includes Blondie. Seems like he talked to Cassius about something. Who knows what his plan is? What, with staying so long?
I guess that's a good point. Although, Olivier may be weird, but I can't think of him as a bad guy. Even Mueller doesn't seem all that malevolent, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get over to the counter and get our tickets.
Ah, yeah. The real big bads, Olivier and Tita. They're behind this whole thing, I swear. It's a conspiracy that I'm sticking to. That was scary. Now I can buy my tickets. Oh man, screaming and fighting in a place like this. How pathetic. I wish people could be more well-mannered. Indeed, passenger.
Those two just now, they looked really deadly serious. It seems like they had a fairly high rank too. I wonder who they were.
Oh, those people just now were so pushy. I mean, it is a sample of the engine going into the high-speed cruiser Arcee, but sheesh.
I can understand them getting so worked up, but it's not finished yet.
Ah, yeah. Liberl News Issue 2 Ruan Mayoral Election Special. The contest heats up. Details inside? Ah, yeah. Give it to me. Thank you. Welcome. Will you be using our national flights or our international flights? 2 tickets bound for Ruan, please. Understood. Oh, pardon me. You are with the Bracer Guild, yes? Are you Estelle and Agate? Yes? I've already received payment from Elnon with the Capital Branch. Here are your tickets.
Dude, Guild's paying.
I see, so Elnon did...
Nice, Elnon. He's always ahead.
Well then, please hand your tickets to the receptionist immediately outside the building. You can check in for your flight there. Yeah, let's go. Tickets at hand. Let's go make sure we've talked to everybody, though. Is that... That's not Faye, right? It couldn't be Faye. It's too much to hope for. It's that other girl who's not Faye. Tiffany. Ticks me off. The Cecilia just left. Next is the Linde. The Linde! What?
The next arriving airship is...
Oh, he's still hopeless? As in... Okay, what? So this is the Arcee. What a lovely ship. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wait, is this... Not Robert. Peyton? Yes, it's Peyton! My favorite character.
Just a bit longer. Just a bit longer. Once the new model engine's finished.
We heard talk about that engine throughout the entirety of first chapter over at the factory, so nice to see that finally come into play and actually have some, like, political ramifications. What happens if I try to go to town? Just wondering. Just wondering.
What is it? Gonna go back into town? We can check in for a flight at the reception desk outside.
You're no fun. What if a girl wants to go shopping? Alright? But we have a newspaper. Let's read it. So we can get up to date before we go to Ruan, you know? It's important stuff.
Special. Ruan mayoral election special. 2 candidates, 2 platforms.
Ah, yeah. It's time to vote.
With the arrest of former Mayor Dalmor, a new mayoral election has come to Ruan. Initially delayed due to the coup d'etat, it has now been officially announced. The two nominees are the industrialist Norman and the harbor master Portos. Both candidates have solid support bases and distinct platforms. Which will Ruan's citizens entrust with their future? Stay tuned. And they have a picture saying election fever with 2 people in it. Promoting tourism, candidate Norman, owner of the Hotel Blanche and staunch proponent of the tourism industry. The core of his campaign is to invigorate tourism. He believes that tertiary businesses are the future of Ruan, and he has many supporters who agree. Promoting the harbor, candidate Portos, caretaker of the harbor block and passionate campaigner for the maintenance of the port facilities. His platform centers around the reinvigoration of the harbor industry, as the support of the harbor laborers and sailors. Voter opinion and election direction. Currently, public opinion is split. The North City blocks that run on tourism favor candidate Norman, and the harbor block supports Portos. With such clearly defined positions, this election is shaping up to be very divisive. Where have we seen that before? As both camps possess solid blocks of support, it will be a battle of who can cut the deepest into their opponent's voter base. This scenario seems to favor candidate Norman, but there's plenty of time for a turnabout, and it's sure to be a fierce battle to the end. Society. The increasing threat of monsters. According to reports from the Royal Army, monsters across Liberl have been increasingly ferocious, and previously unseen species are roaming the kingdom. The cause of these changes is currently unknown, but theories range from septium vein fluctuations to planetary alignment and even solar abnormalities. The Royal Army is investigating, but caution is advised when traveling between regions. Society. New Chief of Staff selected. The new commander of the Royal Army has been announced as Cassius Bright. Promoted to General, Cassius Bright, formerly Colonel Bright, will be replacing General Morgan as Chief of Staff. Hopes are high for the reconstruction and future of the military under the guidance of this new leader. Foreign Affairs. Pact to be signed in Liberl. The signing ceremony of the Non-Aggression Pact will take place in Liberl Kingdom. A central location was considered initially, but declined for safety reasons. Technology. New model tactical ordnance. The wave of change has not only come to the Royal Army, but to ordnance as well. The new model tactical ordnance, as shown, were developed by the Epstein Foundation and are spreading quickly. Improvements include the addition of a new slot, and while incompatible with standard quartz, it has been receiving praise from bracers and others for the new, powerful arts it enables. Factories across the nation are already geared up and eager to support the new model. Yeah. It's just a new chapter, you know? Better, bigger ordnance, better, scarier monsters. And we're in the middle of it. Let's board a ship.
Hello and welcome. Will you be flying with us today? If you are, you will need to check in and present your tickets.
Once we check in, we should stick around and wait for the ship. Sure you got everything you need?
We're Gucci. Very well. Please sign these papers then. Sure.
Scritch, scratch, scritch, scratch. Estelle and her companion finished checking in.
Thank you. Everything is in order. Please wait in the harbor area for the next airship arrival. Okay.
Right then, let's find a good bench and wait for the next ship.
That's indeed. Thanks for being a dude, by the way. There's been so many female voices, and Annalise and Estelle are so tough. I don't know how to... it's fine. It's fine. We're growing. We're learning. And Agate is at least very distinct. I like distinct. I can work with distinct. As long as they're different, that's what matters. We're leaving the void behind. This game was not made for widescreen, but these are modern times. And we're off. Leaving trails in the sky on the Linde. Please don't let it be kidnapped this time around. What a nice day. The tourists gotta be flooding the streets in Ruan if the weather's like this there.
Maybe. They got bigger things heating the place up than tourism, though.
Other than tourism? What do you mean?
The election for the new mayor. Apparently, there's 2 popular candidates to replace old Dalmore.
So it's like an actual fight of an election? Neat. And thinking about it, I guess it is about time, huh? You can't just let the mayor's office sit empty.
Yeah, whole thing's been a bit of a mess ever since you guys blew that case wide open. I heard about what you guys did from Jean.
Yeah, after you left, me, Joshua, and Chloe worked on that. Well, we had some help from a reporter too, and the actual arrest was done by Lieutenant Schwartz of the Royal Guards.
Huh, even better. You're smart enough to see it wasn't all just you. By Chloe, though, you mean the girl in the uniform, right? AKA Princess Claudia? Man, that blew my freaking mind when I heard that in the castle.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, I haven't seen Chloe since the birthday festival. Or Olivier, I guess. For better or worse. And not just them. Tita, too. And Sin.
I told Tita and her old fogey about what was up with you. I figured they'd worry too much if they were kept in the dark.
Oh, thanks, Agate.
Yeah, well, you better send him a letter soon, or meet him in person or whatever. I miss you. Oh, and Sin went back to Calvert after the festival. He said to give you his best.
I see. I wish I could have said goodbye.
As for the princess, pretty sure she went back to the Genis Royal Academy. We'll be in Ruan for a while, so I think we could find some time to drop in and say hi at least.
Yeah, you're right.
What? Did I say something funny?
Oh no, not really. I was just thinking, you're a lot more thoughtful than you look, Agate. You even offered to let me do some shopping before we left the capital.
Thoughtful? I'm not. I mean, I am, but forget it. Whatever. I'm gonna go take a nap in my seat till we arrive. Don't get so absorbed in wandering around that you forget to get off at Ruan.
Little tsundere right there, that's alright. Agate, you really do try too hard sometimes. Anyway, I think I'll take his advice. Time for a bit of looking around before we arrive.
Indeed. We're on the freaking ship. Let's make a celebratory save on the Linde, everybody. Now, we do want to talk around the place. Let's start with... passenger. Hey, don't get too close to the edge. What'll happen if you fall, eh?
Whoa, this is so cool. Hey, look, that tree is so tiny.
Yeah. Santos? Such a pity. Thanks to the clouds, you can't even see the Saffril Tower from here. I'm a researcher with the History Museum. You know the towers, right? I'm here to inspect those. After Her Majesty's birthday celebrations, there were sightings of odd phenomena around the tetracyclic towers. A little late, but better to investigate now than never, right? And that strikes me as odd, so Santos and several people, because it was in the newspaper, know that stuff's happening with the tetracyclic towers, but Lieutenant Schwartz, down in the sealed area with Kevin, gave no indication that the 4 big pillars there might be linked to the 4 different towers. It's a little strange. I'm off now to inspect the Saffril Tower. Let's... what I mean, let's do it. You do it. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Ruan is in the middle of an election right now. The candidates, I believe, are the harbor manager and the owner of a local hotel. I wonder which will win. When I was young, the only way to get around was a long, hard trip on the roads. We really have it easy these days. And it's all thanks to Her Majesty. It's kind of crazy, huh?
Come to think of it, that group of bandits still hasn't been caught. No, they wouldn't attack us, would they?
Oh yeah. Also, Joshua's working with the Sky Bandits. That's something.
Oh, really? Grandpa is such a worrywart. I don't know what to do with him.
Sure, there were bandits, but according to the news, they don't even have a ship anymore. What are they gonna do? Flap their arms real hard and run us down with wishes? Don't give them any ideas. What's going on here? To the right you can see Valeria Lake. Regrettably, it is cloudy at the moment, but you should be able to see the outline of the lake. Thanks.
Sister Rosa. I finished my duties at Grancel Cathedral, and I'm on my way home to Bose. Bose. Alright, you're from Bose? Well, you know how it goes then. I must confess though, all the time I've been away, I've been so worried I thought I'd go crazy. This ship isn't even going the right way, but I jumped on without thinking about it. Oh, did Sunday school end safely at least? Oh dear, oh dear. I don't know. Maybe we should reconsider the Boses. The Bosos, if you will. Felio. Felio, my man. That name, is it familiar? I hear the casino in Ruan's finally finished its renovations. I left Grancel as soon as I heard. Sometimes you just need to kick back and chill out, you know? Dude, the casino's open? Huge. Sometimes, he says. Sometimes, my foot. You've only just managed to find a job. Right, he was the one looking for a job. You were the wife who were dealing with that. Huh? Excuse me, are you from the Bracer Guild, miss? I am, yeah. I thought so. I'm glad we could meet again. Do you remember me? I was one of the people you saved when the Sky Bandits held us hostage. Oh, you were with the captain, right? That's right, I'm Claire. I managed the passenger cabin. Our entire crew owes you our lives, and more. We're still here at our post because you managed to save us. You're welcome. Is the entire crew of the Linde back at work? Yes, everyone is working even harder than before. That's great. I'm glad everyone was able to get back to their lives. Forgive me for asking, Miss Bracer, but are you traveling for pleasure today? Or work? Unfortunately, it's always work. I'll probably end up riding airships a lot from now on. Hope you'll treat me well if I end up on the Linde again. Absolutely. I hope we get to serve you again. That's so nice. Bracers like yourself always seem so busy, miss. It must be tough. Still, it's because of your efforts that our lives are peaceful. Thank you. Hello? Mr. Orvid, we meet again. This guy? Oh, no way.
I absolutely must make this next deal happen. I should look over the local foodstuffs again. That's a good idea. I should return to my roots and do some plain old investigating. Oh, looking over the foodstuffs of Minoria. If I'm going to get anything from this, I need to make a list and investigate a careful plan.
If you remember, he sent us on that chase to get the mushroom, the fungus that attracted monsters in the last one. And we helped save him when he went off without a guide. Is that Lloyd's? Huge. We want to talk to Lloyd. Valeria Lake. Somewhere in that wide open lake, the legendary guardian of Valeria's waters lives.
Someone hasn't changed a bit.
Huh? I think your voice was a little gruffer since you have a mustache and people with mustaches just sound gruffer. I don't make the rules.
Oh, I was wondering who it was. Hello, Estelle.
Hi, Lloyd. Haven't seen you in forever. Looking to challenge the Lord King Mugwump fish of Valeria Lake again?
Oh, for now, no. I'm off to Ruan. I heard there's a nice convenient spot right in the city limits.
Wow, you sure are dedicated. It sounds fun, but I guess I'm just not that into fishing.
Oh, really? That's a pity. You are quite a talent for it, from what I saw at the Kingfisher Inn. I know. Let me give you this.
Huh?
Receive the fishing book. Receive the progress rod.
This is,
It's a rod for beginners and a notebook for recording your fishing records. We, the members of the Fishermen's Guild, are dedicated to the expansion of the culture of fishing. We're always happy to provide promising rookies with the tools of the trade. Incidentally, are you bound for Ruan?
Yeah, I am actually.
Oh, well then. You'll have a chance to swing that rod right away. There are all sorts of fishing spots in Ruan.
I guess it would be a good chance. Now that you mention it, Ruan as a region is kind of full of waterside areas.
As I mentioned, there's a point within the city itself, too. You should go there first to practice. For now, so long as you enjoy it, that's enough.
Yeah, thanks. I'll definitely give it a shot.
I pray that you'll join our ranks someday. Well then, safe journeys to you.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Normally when you think Ruan, you think of sea fishing. But there are other good fishing spots too. The Rubine River, the one that flows through town, and the ever-famous Airletton Waterfall are also great fishing spots. If you get the chance to visit them, you should definitely bring your rod.
Will do.
So next up is Ruan, huh? Speaking of Ruan, that whole thing with Mayor Dalmor being arrested was a real shocker. Seems like the whole town's still in an uproar over it. That's not too surprising.
Burl, this is my second time riding a passenger liner. The first time I rode one, we got attacked by bandits. Please let nothing happen this time, almighty Adios. He's scarred. Oh, I don't want to talk to you.
Incredible. Liberl never ceases to amaze me. Back home in Calvert, airships are still very rare. It was kind of a shock when I found out normal citizens use them so casually like this.
Of course. He's already completely passed out. Huh? I guess I gotta respect being able to sleep like this. Not gonna call me Misha in your sleep, huh? Just because I'm not as cute as Tita? Is that what it's like? Alright, fine. Captain. Captain, oh Captain. Captain Grant.
You have some business on the... Wait a moment. You're that girl from before.
Hi, sir. I haven't seen you in a while. I saved you at the bandit hideout, right?
Yes, I thought so. You must forgive me. I never had a chance to properly thank you. Allow me to offer my thanks on behalf of the entire crew.
You're welcome. I was really just doing my job, though. Still, it is kind of funny, though. Taking a trip on the same airship I once helped to rescue.
Repairing the damage those thugs did took some time, but Linda's as good as new now. I'm sure she's doing her best with you on board. Aha! Looks like she heard us talking. With conditions like today's, we should arrive in Ruan in no time. Please, enjoy the rest of your journey. Let us know if you need anything.
I will. Thanks, sir. It's so nice.
Incidentally, miss, did you ever find your father?
Yeah. He did come back eventually. He waited until the very last second to show up, though.
I see. I'm glad to hear it. Just between you and I was a bit worried. After all, he is the kind of man who would be willing to leap off a moving airship.
Yeah, I guess. Indeed. Dad's not coming to save us this time, okay? We gotta do this on our own. Timon.
Maintain altitude. Keep throttle at 60%. Maintain heading until we reach the Rubine River.
And his twin, Colton. Altitude okay. Setting throttle at 60%. Maintaining current heading until we cross the Rubine River. They're so in sync. Proud of them. Simon!
Phew. Man, just when I thought we'd get to rest in Bose for a bit, straight off the Soars. If that non-aggression pact with the Empire happens, our trade in ordnance is gonna explode after all. I plan to get to Soars now and secure some product in advance.
That sounds great. Just don't let Mirana work you too hard, okay? Alright. Means we don't waste time. Okay. Hello? Duncan?
There's the cargo room. Ain't no place for passengers. Watch that you don't hit your head wandering around.
Don't worry. I was hit in the head so much as a kid that I am immune at this point. It's official Estelle lore.
Thank you for flying with us today. We will be arriving in Ruan shortly. Please be aware that there may be turbulence while landing, so we ask that all passengers take their seats.
Whoops. Better get to my seat. And so, we're landing back in Ruan with the bopping music, the beautiful scenery, and an election drama. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I missed this. Gene! Oh, hey, welcome back.
Boy, but I'm glad you guys are here. Carnal's been away, so the board's covered with jobs. You guys have your work cut out for you. Geared up and ready to go, I hope.
Sending us out already?
We were expecting a... Sorry, Agade. We were expecting a little board work, but... Anything urgent come up lately? Well, no. We were snowed in with work in general, but none of it is particularly urgent. I mean, the election's being held under the eyes of the military anyway. The town's so busy boiling over from the election that the tourists have stayed away a bit.
Whoa, the election's gotten that hot? Who's running? We haven't heard.
We read the newspaper, Estelle, and you heard from at least 5 different people.
Mr. Norman, who is a proponent of the tourism industry, and Mr. Portos, who wants to try and revive the harbors and shipping business. Remember, this is a big deal. The mayor of Ruan is also the governor of the entire region. People in Minoria and elsewhere are voting too. It's been a real media circus. This election is basically going to decide the future of Ruan. It's exciting.
I get it now. That is big. Well, given that I'm underage and not a citizen of Ruan, guess I can't vote. Gotta admit though, since I basically helped cause this, I'm sort of curious to see where it goes.
Oh, then, read the coverage from Liberl News. Their investigative articles are excellent. Investigation. Wait, that reminds me. There is actually a job I'd like for you to focus on. It isn't urgent, but it's something that needs looking into.
Oh, what's up?
Well, how do I put this? It's hard to explain. Maybe I shouldn't have... The heck? Ain't like you to beat around the bush, Gene. Since when do you hesitate to pile the work on? Come on, spit it out. Well, thanks for the honesty, I think. Well, alright. Here it is. I want you to investigate ghost sightings. See, I knew you were gonna look at me like that. This is why I didn't want to bring it up.
No, sorry. It's just a bit of, a surprise is all. So, what exactly do you mean by ghost sightings?
Okay, so it began about 2 weeks ago. We've been receiving reports that people have been seeing a white shadow at night. And not just in the city of Ruan, mind you. Reports have come in from all across the province.
They saw a white shadow at night? Wait, you mean...
Ah, so that's why you said a ghost. And it probably isn't a prank or a trick of the eyes if people are seeing this thing all over. Exactly. I'd have dismissed one sighting, but with all the reports we've gotten... While you're traveling around working on the other jobs, do you think you could follow up on a few of the reports?
Well, you see... it'd be irresponsible of us to take on such a job with so much else going on. Yeah, that's it.
Estelle? Are you...
What? No, not at all. You think Estelle, the coup breaker, hero of Liberl, would be afraid of ghosts? No way. No how. No. Sorry. I am afraid of ghosts. A little.
More than a little from the looks of it. Well, don't worry. Nobody's been hurt or anything, and it isn't urgent. We'll just pretend this conversation didn't... No, we'll take it. Don't forget, a big part of our mission is investigating the society. We're to keep an eye out for even the slightest hints of activity from them. That's the plan, remember?
Oh.
Everyone has things they have trouble handling. Everyone. So don't be afraid to admit you're scared of something. But admit it, and do something about it, instead of just running away from it. Ouch. A little harsh, don't you think, Agate?
No, Agate's totally right. I'm afraid of ghosts, but no ghost could match the terror I felt the day Joshua disappeared.
Estelle. Huh. Now you get it.
Jean, we'll investigate those sightings and get to the bottom of them. I promise.
Glad to hear it. Anyway, I got 3 sightings in particular that I think bear looking into. The first one is a report from a guard at Irletten. Apparently he saw something during a night patrol that spooked the heck out of him. Okay, not scared, not scared. The second one I know of was a sighting by a member of the Ravens. Figure that one should be easy since Agate is with you. Huh, if he doesn't talk, I'll remind the guy who his real boss is.
Oh, cut it out with the macho stuff. They seemed kind of different during the tournament in Grancel, you know?
Yeah, I kind of doubt it. Well, do try to be subtle about it, yes? The last report is from the one of the children at the Mercia orphanage.
Wait, one of the orphanage kids?
Yes, Matron Teresa contacted us on her behalf. Oh, right, guess you wouldn't know. Reconstruction of the orphanage finished not too long ago. According to Matron Teresa, it's more or less exactly as it once was.
It is? That's a relief. I wanted to go say hi to Matron Teresa and the kids anyway. I'll ask you about the, thingy sighting when I go congratulate them over by the new orphanage building.
And that's it. Remember though, this really isn't urgent, so you can put it off for a bit if something else comes up. The rest of the jobs are on the board, so make sure to check it. Bracer quests, which you may choose to accept or ignore, are posted to the board in each guild house. If you attempt to approach the board and press the confirm button, I don't know why I said attempt, when the exclamation mark appears, you can see the full lists. Select the job to see the details on it, such as the objective and potential rewards. These details will be automatically recorded in your notebook. Once you've heard what all 3 witnesses have to say, come back here. We can go over all the testimonies and take a stab at figuring this mess out.
Understood. The Ravens hang out right here in the city, in the warehouse districts. We might check with them first.
Right. Warehouse district is across the bridge by the harbor. Let's move out.
Let's indeed. How are you though, Jean?
First, I'd like you to check on the 3 eyewitness reports, compile your findings, then come report to me. It's not an urgent job, so you can put it off till later if you need to. Good luck.
Thank you. It's the perfect quest, taking me around the world. While I can have a look at Come Ingredient Hunters. For Orvids.
Looking for someone to help me complete a list of ingredients found in the Ruan region. Easy, fun job to do in your spare time. I'm sure. Interested persons are to come to Minoria Village. A representative of our firm will wait on the 2nd floor of the White Magnolia. Prior experience not required.
Do they want us to die? Saffrel Tower photo.
This is a job to take a photograph of the Saffrel Tower. Necessary equipment will be provided. Details for this job will be provided by a research staff member. He is staying at the Hotel Blanche, room 101. The Vista Forest Road Monster. A dangerous monster, Mercury Viper, has been sighted along the Vista Forest roads. Bracers affiliated with this branch are asked to respond immediately to this threat.
Items of note. This is new. Monster specializes in poison attacks. Respond to monster equipped with anti-venom gear.
Gull Seaside Way monster. A dangerous monster, Cobalt Saber, has been sighted on the Gull Seaside Way. Note, monster has extremely high physical defense. Be prepared with offensive arts. Perfect. Nice.
Is that... Melvin.
Estelle. It's been a while. Remember me? I'm Melvin, the junior bracer here. Congratulations on your promotion. I'll do my best to keep up with you. Honestly, I'm absolutely drowning in work without Karna around. Agate, good luck to you too.
Yeah, good old Melvin. He's not going anywhere, rank-wise. But here we are, back in Ruan, everybody. Is Matilda here? I need to know if Matilda is back at her usual spot. She is. How you been? I wonder what meaning names have to people. I am myself, and yet... Why must we use words to create another self, I wonder? She's just as great as ever. Well, everybody, I think this is a wonderful place for us to leave off today. The casino is actually working. We're gonna go play blackjack and poker in the next one. Do we vote for Portos or Norman, though? These are the... Oh, Ruan's turret! He just started spouting at me. Well, I really want to keep playing, but we're at the perfect time to end, so we're gonna conclude it right here, but... Man, it's quite a setup. It's been quite a wordy episode, but
we're now in chapter 1 for real this time. And we can begin exploring, doing quests, and enjoying that sweet, sweet gameplay loop. So, tune in next time for that. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Carl, and this has been Trails to Completion.